At 68, Jim felt healthy and content. Blood pressure under control. No meds except a daily vitamin. But one routine checkup changed everything. "You've got signs of fatty liver," his doctor said. Jim was stunned. He wasn't overweight, didn't drink much, and felt okay. But beneath the surface, his liver had quietly been storing fat for years until it couldn't hide anymore. That moment, a wake-up call. Because millions of seniors like Jim are walking around with a condition they can't see or feel until it's too late. Now, here's what most people miss. The liver doesn't shout when it's in trouble. Maybe you feel tired after lunch, or bloated even when you eat light. Some notice brain fog, or even a strange tension in their right shoulder. These aren't random annoyances. They're early signs your liver's waving a white flag. And that's scary, because your liver isn't just a filter. It's the command center for detox, digestion, hormone balance, and energy. When it slows down, everything else does too. That's why ignoring it is a gamble we can't afford. Picture your liver as the janitor of your body. Unseen, unappreciated, but essential. Every day, it's cleaning up toxins, managing fat, regulating hormones. But imagine that janitor gets overwhelmed. The trash starts piling up. That's fatty liver. And it doesn't just affect people with bad diets. Even healthy eaters, especially seniors, can have it due to slower metabolism, medications, or decades of silent stress on the body. The worst part? You might look completely normal on the outside, but inside, your liver's drowning, and it's begging for a break. So what causes this silent buildup? It's not just sugar or fried food. For seniors, it's often a mix. Years of processed meals, lack of movement, mild insulin resistance, and reduced bile flow. Yes, bile. That's your liver's best friend for breaking down fats and flushing toxins. But a fatty liver makes less of it, so digestion slows. Nutrient absorption drops. Inflammation builds. It's a downward spiral. And while medications might mask symptoms, they rarely fix the root. That's why the solution has to be gentle, consistent, and natural. Something your body recognizes and welcomes. Imagine starting your morning with a smoothie so refreshing. Your body feels the difference by day 7. Not a miracle cure, but a real evidence-based mix of kale, blueberries, and kefir. Why those ingredients? Kale is rich in quercetin, which supports detox enzymes. Blueberries fight oxidative stress. Kefir adds probiotics and healthy fats. Together, they stimulate bile, reduce liver fat, and give your reset it's been craving. 1 cup a day. That's it. No extreme diets, no gimmicks, just a small habit that gives your liver space to heal. Now, let's talk about that hidden fat. Most people worry about belly fat, the kind you can pinch. But the real danger is the fat you can't see, deep inside your organs, especially the liver. This internal fat creates inflammation and metabolic chaos. It messes with your energy, your hormones, even your sleep. And sadly, it doesn't show up on the scale. So you could be normal weight and still be at high risk. That's why seniors need a smarter approach. One that goes beyond calories and targets the organ that quietly controls everything else. If you've ever thought, "I'm just getting old," pause and ask, what if it's not age, but your liver slowing down? What if your fatigue, brain fog, or stubborn belly fat isn't random, but rooted in poor bile flow? That thought alone changes the game, because it gives you a target. And that target is fixable, not overnight, but with steady daily support. A morning smoothie, a bit of movement, more water, less processed food. You don't need to overhaul your life. Just start nudging your liver in the right direction. Try this. For the next 7 days, blend up that liver support smoothie every morning. Write down how you feel each evening. Energy, digestion, mood. It may start small. Less bloating, better focus, deeper sleep. But those small wins add up. And they remind you that healing isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. Your liver has worked hard for decades. Maybe now's the time to return the favor. Start with just 1 cup. You'll be surprised what a difference it makes. And who knows? It might just be the start of something bigger. If you've ever eaten a healthy meal and still felt bloated or tired afterward, you're not alone. Many seniors make the effort. Salads, healthy fats, supplements, yet they still don't feel the benefits. Why? Because there's a hidden piece no one talks about. Bile. This golden fluid from your liver is what actually helps your body use the good stuff. Without it, even the most perfect diet becomes just expensive waste. And sadly, for seniors, bile production often slows, quietly, invisibly, until the signs become hard to ignore. Imagine trying to wash greasy dishes with cold water and no soap. That's what happens inside your gut when bile is low. Fats just float. Your enzymes can't break them down. Vitamins A, D, E, and K, the ones that protect your vision, brain, and bones, slip right through, unabsorbed. You may be eating well, but your cells stay malnourished. And that's frustrating. You're doing all the right things, but not seeing results. It's like filling your gas tank, but the fuel line's blocked. That's why optimizing bile is essential for true senior nutrition. Barbara, 72, started noticing something off. She'd feel full too fast. Her stools looked pale. Her energy dipped, especially after dinner. Her doctor said everything looked fine. But Barbara knew better. After a little research, she found out about bile, and it clicked. Her liver, sluggish from years of quiet fatty buildup, wasn't producing enough. With a few simple changes, including a daily liver support smoothie, things shifted. More energy, less bloating, clearer skin. Barbara didn't change her whole life. She just supported her bile flow, and her body did the rest. Let's get a little nerdy for a second. It's your body's built-in detox fluid. Every time your liver pulls toxins out of your blood, it packages them into bile so they can exit through your gut. Without bile, those toxins can hang around, causing inflammation, brain fog, even skin issues. And guess what? Seniors with fatty liver tend to have less and thicker bile. That means more toxic backup. The solution? Get that bile flowing again. Gently, naturally, by supporting your liver's daily work. There's a reason people feel better after adding fermented foods, leafy greens, or lemon water to their diet. These aren't fads, they're subtle bile boosters. Kefir and lemon? Great for stimulating bile. Kale and dandelion? Even better. And when you blend them into a daily smoothie, something clicks. It's not a crash cleanse or extreme detox, it's sustainable, supportive, a small act that speaks directly to your liver's needs. Over time, your digestion lightens, energy lifts, and you feel more in sync. Especially if you're focused on senior nutrition, this step is often the one that's been missing. Still not sure if bile matters for you? Ask yourself these quiet questions. Do your stools float? Are they pale or hard to flush? Have fatty foods leave you tired instead of satisfied? Have you noticed right shoulder tension or weird nausea after eating? These are bile signals, not loud alarms, just nudges. And if you're experiencing more than one, your liver might be waving a flag. You don't need a diagnosis to take action. You just need awareness, because awareness leads to better choices. And better choices, that's where transformation begins. Think about it. Your liver's been handling toxins, medications, and daily stress for decades. Bile was its secret weapon. But if it's been running low, your body's quietly paid the price. Fatigue, inflammation, dull skin, slow healing. Supporting bile function isn't just about digestion. It's about unlocking your body's ability to repair, absorb, and energize. And you don't need fancy supplements to start. A kale, blueberry, and kefir smoothie is simple, natural, and surprisingly powerful. You'll feel the shift, not overnight, but gradually, deeply. Like finally clearing a fog you didn't know was there. So here's a small invitation. After your next meal with healthy fats, maybe avocado toast, grilled salmon, or nuts, just notice. Do you feel light or weighed down? Energized or sleepy? Your body's response will tell you everything. That's the beauty of this approach. It's not about restriction, it's about listening. Tuning in to the messages your body's been sending. Because healing isn't always loud. Sometimes it starts with just a whisper and a smoothie. Your liver knows what to do. It's just waiting for your support. Sarah had always been active. She walked daily, ate clean, and kept up with her grandkids. But in her early 70s, something shifted. Her moods swung without warning. Sleep got patchy. She started gaining belly fat, even though her habits hadn't changed. Her doctor ran hormone panels. Everything came back normal, but Sarah didn't feel normal. Something inside felt off. What she didn't know, her liver, once vibrant, had become sluggish. And it was silently messing with her hormones. Not her ovaries, not her thyroid, her liver, the conductor behind the entire endocrine orchestra. Your liver plays a bigger hormonal role than most people realize. It's not just a filter, it's a chemical processing plant. It activates thyroid hormones, balances estrogen and testosterone, clears excess cortisol. But when it's burdened with fat, its ability to perform these tasks crashes. That's why many seniors feel hormonal without any obvious cause. Their tests look fine, but symptoms scream otherwise. Mood swings, low libido, anxiety, brain fog. They all trace back to one overworked organ. And the irony, most hormone support protocols ignore the liver completely. Think of your hormones like a symphony. Each gland plays its instrument. The thyroid, adrenals, ovaries, pituitary. But the liver, it's the conductor. It times the cues, controls the tempo, ensures harmony. Now imagine that conductor is tired, distracted, and half listening. The result? Chaos. One instrument's too loud, another plays off-key. That's what a fatty liver does to your hormones. It throws them out of rhythm. And for seniors seeking balance, it's often not about adding more supplements, but helping the conductor do its job again. Here's something wild. Over 60% of thyroid hormone must be converted into its active form in the liver. If your liver is sluggish, that conversion tanks, and suddenly you have all the signs of hypothyroid. Cold hands, fatigue, weight gain, even if your labs say everything's fine. The same goes for estrogen. The liver breaks it down after use. But if it can't, it recirculates, building up and throwing your balance off. That's why liver support is critical for senior nutrition. Without it, hormones stay stuck, and so do you. John, a retired teacher, dealt with insomnia and constant irritability. He chalked it up to getting older. But when he tried a simple liver detox smoothie, kale, kefir, and blueberries, something shifted. Within weeks, his sleep deepened. His patience returned. Belly fat trimmed down. His doctor was surprised. What changed? Just one habit: daily liver support. No hormone pills. No therapy. Just helping the organ that balances everything else. For seniors like John, the solution wasn't more control. It was giving his body space to do what it already knew. It's easy to blame menopause, aging, or stress for hormonal chaos. But in truth, a fatty liver can mimic or magnify all of those. It can block hormone conversion, raise inflammation, and clog detox pathways. And here's the kicker: this doesn't just impact women. Men, too, suffer from estrogen dominance, low testosterone, and thyroid issues, often linked to liver overload. That's why senior nutrition isn't just about what you eat, it's about how your liver processes it. If the liver's stuck, everything else follows. Ever notice strange symptoms that don't seem connected? Hot flashes, low mood, restless sleep, a short fuse? These can all be hormonal. And yet, the root may lie in your liver. Remember, it clears out old hormones like expired mail. If that mail piles up, it confuses your body's signals. Supporting your liver means clearing the inbox. That's where gentle detox foods, better bile flow, and smart smoothies come in. Cleanses, just daily nourishment that helps you feel like yourself again. Calm, centered, clear. Here's your moment of reflection. If your hormones feel off, if your energy's low or your belly won't budge, maybe it's not your age or your willpower. Maybe it's your liver asking for help. Try that daily liver smoothie for 10 days. Track your mood, sleep, and digestion. Don't expect fireworks. Expect a soft return to balance. Because when your liver runs smooth, your hormones follow. And when your hormones align, so does everything else, from your metabolism to your mindset. Every morning, you make choices: coffee or tea, toast or eggs. But what if one of those daily decisions could shift your entire health? That's what happened to Mary, a 74-year-old grandmother who swapped her usual cereal for a kale, blueberry, and kefir smoothie. At first, it sounded strange, but within days, she felt lighter. Her digestion improved, energy came back. That simple shake didn't just nourish her. It gave her liver the tools to breathe again. And for seniors facing fatigue, fog, or bloating, that one swap could mean everything. This isn't just another green drink trend. There's solid science behind it. Kale is rich in quercetin, a compound shown to support detox enzymes. Blueberries? Packed with antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress. And kefir, the creamy fermented milk, delivers probiotics and short-chain fatty acids that support both the liver and the gut. When blended together, they create a gentle but powerful mix. One that stimulates bile flow, reduces liver fat, and promotes better nutrient absorption. Especially for those focused on senior nutrition, this smoothie becomes a quiet daily ally. Think of it like this: your liver's job is to clear out yesterday's mess so today runs smooth. But when it's overwhelmed by fatty buildup, old medications, or just time, it needs help. This smoothie is like giving it a morning massage. It doesn't just cleanse, it nourishes. It tells your liver, "I see you. I've got your back." And over time, the results are undeniable. Clearer skin, more energy, less bloating, even better sleep. It's not magic. It's biology, supported by consistency. Many people expect healing to be hard. Fasting, pills, complicated routines. But the truth is, the most effective shifts often come from the simplest habits. That's the power of this kefir smoothie. It works quietly. You don't feel a detox crash or have to change everything else overnight. You just blend, sip, and repeat. And that small act of nourishment creates momentum. For seniors who've tried everything and still feel stuck, this approach offers a new path. Let's zoom in on why it works so well for liver health. Kale stimulates glutathione, the liver's master antioxidant. Blueberries lower oxidative stress, which is often high in seniors with fatty liver. And kefir, loaded with probiotics, reduces inflammation in the gut-liver axis. Together, they activate bile production, which is key for digesting fats and absorbing vitamins. Without enough bile, your body can't use nutrients, no matter how healthy your food is. This smoothie doesn't just taste good, it solves a hidden problem most seniors don't even know they have. Take Paul, a retired firefighter. He was skeptical about green drinks until his daughter convinced him to try it for a week. By day 4, his stomach felt less tight. He stopped waking up groggy. His skin looked brighter. Now it's part of his routine. I don't know what's in it. He laughs, but it works. That's the kind of shift we want. Not just temporary fixes, but habits that grow roots. Especially for seniors looking to support liver and gallbladder function without overwhelming their system. The best part? This smoothie fits seamlessly into any lifestyle. You don't need fancy equipment. Just a blender and 5 minutes. It's affordable, accessible, and easy to adapt. Add lemon, ginger, or chia for variety. And the impact goes beyond digestion. Seniors report feeling mentally clearer, emotionally steadier, and physically lighter. Because when your liver is happy, everything else, hormones, sleep, energy, starts aligning. That's why senior nutrition isn't just about what's on your plate. It's what your body can use. Try this. Make the smoothie every morning for the next 7 days. Notice how your body responds. Does your stomach feel more settled? Are your thoughts sharper by noon? Are you sleeping deeper? These are not placebo effects. They're your body finally getting what it needs. And once you feel that shift, you'll never want to skip a day. Not because you have to, but because you'll want to. That's the real power of a habit rooted in kindness and backed by science. If this kind of natural support speaks to you, join us at Graceful Health Life, where healing begins one small step at a time. When your liver starts working again, the change isn't subtle. You don't just digest better, you feel different. More awake, more grounded, more like yourself. For years, Claire assumed her exhaustion was just getting older. But once she began supporting her liver with small daily habits, something shifted. She had fewer afternoon crashes. Her skin glowed. She even started remembering names she used to forget. It wasn't a miracle. It was her body, finally able to function like it wanted to all along. And it started with one organ getting the help it needed. Here's what most people don't realize. The liver affects almost everything. It filters toxins, balances blood sugar, regulates hormones, and produces bile, a fluid essential for breaking down fats and absorbing fat-soluble vitamins. When it's burdened, every system suffers. But when it's supported, the ripple effects are incredible. Better nutrient absorption, calmer digestion, clearer mind, more stable energy. For seniors especially, these improvements aren't just nice, they're life-changing. Because at this stage, quality of life matters just as much as years lived. Think of your liver like a dam holding back a reservoir of energy. When it's clogged, everything downstream slows or stagnates. But when it opens, when the blockage is clear, the flow returns. Your mind gets sharper, inflammation reduces, sleep deepens. This isn't abstract wellness talk. It's physiology, and for seniors trying to stay independent, mobile, and vibrant, the liver might be the most overlooked key to making that possible. You won't just see the difference, you'll feel it in your bones, your belly, and your brain. Take Michael, for example, a retired engineer who'd accepted joint pain, bloating, and mental fog as the new normal. After adding the daily liver smoothie to his routine, he tracked changes. Week 1, less heartburn. Week 2, lighter digestion, fewer naps. By week 4, deeper sleep, clearer thinking, and even a revived interest in his old hobbies. He didn't change his whole life. He just helped his liver work like it was designed to. And that small shift brought back a version of himself he thought he'd lost. This is why senior nutrition must go beyond calories and food groups. Is the body actually absorbing and using what you give it? And if not, what's in the way? Often, it's the liver. Years of processed food, medications, or simply age can slow its function. But it's also one of the most resilient organs. With the right support, anti-inflammatory foods, hydration, a kefir smoothie each morning, it can bounce back. And when it does, you'll see results where you least expect: joints, skin, memory, and even mood. One of the first signs your liver is waking up: sleep. Many seniors report falling asleep faster, staying asleep longer, and waking up refreshed after starting a liver support routine. That's because a well-functioning liver clears excess cortisol and balances blood sugar overnight. Another signal? Emotional balance. Less irritability. More calm. Fewer anxious thoughts. It's like your body has more bandwidth to handle life, because it's no longer stuck in internal chaos. You feel steadier, more capable. Not superhuman, just supported. And it's not just about how you feel. Objective signs often follow: less belly bloat, more regular stools, improved cholesterol, even weight loss, especially in the midsection. That's because a happy liver processes fat more efficiently and reduces insulin resistance. For many seniors, this creates a virtuous cycle. More energy leads to more movement. Better sleep leads to better food choices, and everything starts to reinforce itself. It's not perfection, it's momentum, and it starts with a liver that's finally getting what it needs. If you're curious whether your liver could be the missing link, here's a simple way to find out. For 10 days, track your mood, digestion, sleep, and energy. Try that morning smoothie made with kale, blueberries, and kefir. Keep it simple, but consistent. Most people don't notice the shift in a single day, but over a week or two, patterns emerge. And when they do, this wasn't just about digestion, it was about everything. And if you'd like more guidance on how to support your health naturally, subscribe to Graceful Health Life, where healing happens one quiet win at a time. Janet always thought her fatigue was just aging. At 66, she wasn't expecting to feel like she did at 40. But the brain fog, the bloating, and the strange ache under her right shoulder blade, those weren't just normal. For years, doctors said her blood work looked fine, but something still felt off. It wasn't until she watched a video about silent liver stress that the dots started connecting. Suddenly, her symptoms weren't random. They were messages, her body whispering for help long before anything showed up in a test. That's how liver issues usually begin, with quiet signs. Unlike other organs, the liver rarely causes sharp pain. It doesn't scream, it nudges. A little indigestion here, a patch of itchy skin there. Maybe your sleep isn't as deep, or your moods feel heavier than usual. These signs are often brushed off by others and even by ourselves. But they're not random. They're part of a pattern. And for seniors especially, learning to recognize those whispers is one of the smartest forms of health protection we have. Let's look at a few of those whispers more closely. Do you feel unusually bloated after eating something healthy, like salmon or avocado? That could signal weak bile flow, and your liver makes bile. Have you noticed pale, floating stools? That's often a sign fat isn't being digested properly. What about brain fog after meals? Or a feeling of heaviness that hits out of nowhere? These can all trace back to sluggish liver function. It's not about fear, it's about clarity. When we know what to look for, we know what to respond to. Here's a simple metaphor. Imagine your liver is like a car's check engine light. But instead of flashing red, it flickers gently. Most people ignore it until the engine really starts sputtering. But if you tune in early, you can avoid the breakdown entirely. The same applies to symptoms like stubborn belly fat, irritability, or even a slight yellow tinge to the skin or eyes. These aren't just cosmetic or just age, they're physiological feedback. And senior nutrition means listening to those messages with curiosity, not fear. Consider Robert, a 70-year-old former pilot. He always had good instincts. But when he retired, he started noticing strange changes. His skin felt drier, his digestion slowed, and his energy plummeted mid-morning. He chalked it up to post-career fatigue. But then he learned about early liver dysfunction and decided to try the kefir kale smoothie. Within 10 days, his digestion had improved. 2 weeks in, his skin softened and his focus sharpened. He didn't need medication, he needed awareness and small, consistent support for his liver and gallbladder function. If any of these signs feel familiar, even if they seem mild, your body may be signaling for help. The good news? The liver is incredibly forgiving. It doesn't need punishment. It needs partnership. More water, better fats, gentle detoxifiers like lemon, greens, and fermented foods. And most of all, consistency. That's where the smoothie becomes a daily anchor, not a flashy cleanse. Not a temporary fix, but a daily way to say, I hear you. And over time, your liver responds with lighter digestion, clearer energy, and more internal peace. One of the biggest shifts that happens when you start supporting your liver is emotional. People say they feel more calm, more in control, more tuned in. That's not placebo. Your liver processes hormones and clears out excess stress chemicals like cortisol. When it works well, you're not just physically healthier, you're more emotionally resilient. You feel more you. That's the kind of healing we rarely talk about, but it's often the most powerful, especially for seniors who've spent years managing symptoms, not solving them. Here's a simple reflection to try. Write down 3 small body signals you've noticed in the last week. Maybe a weird burp. Maybe your sleep's been light. Maybe your skin's itching more than usual. Then, for the next 7 days, try the morning smoothie. Kale, blueberries, kefir, and keep a log. Don't expect perfection. Just observe. You might be surprised by how quickly your body starts speaking more clearly, and how much better you feel when you actually listen. And if these insights have helped you reconnect with your body, consider subscribing to Graceful Health Life. We share practical tools each week to support healing that's quiet. Not always start with fireworks. Sometimes, healing begins with something quiet, like sipping a cool green smoothie in the morning light. That's how Susan began. At 71, she wasn't chasing perfection. She just wanted to feel a little better. Less heavy after meals. Less cloudy by afternoon. More in tune with her own rhythm. She didn't overhaul her diet. She didn't join a gym. She started with 1 cup a day And that simple choice changed her trajectory, because the power wasn't in doing everything. It was in doing one thing consistently. This isn't about fads or fast fixes. It's about what's real, what works, and what feels sustainable. A kale blueberry kefir smoothie may not sound revolutionary, but when taken daily, it supports bile flow, helps reduce liver fat, improves digestion, and enhances vitamin absorption. That's not opinion, it's physiology. And for anyone focused on senior nutrition, that consistency matters more than complexity. The body doesn't need noise. It needs rhythm. 1 cup each day. That's how internal clutter starts clearing and energy finds its way back. Imagine your liver like a dry, wilted plant. It doesn't need a waterfall, just a steady drizzle of nourishment, day after day. That's what this smoothie provides, not as a crash cleanse, but as hydration for the system that filters, balances, and protects everything else. With time, color returns, fatigue lifts, focus sharpens, the dry edges of your day soften. That's what Susan noticed after 2 weeks. "It's not dramatic," she said. "It just feels like I'm coming back to myself." If you've ever felt like your body's slowing down, no matter how well you eat or sleep, maybe it's not about more, maybe it's about absorption. If your liver can't break down fats properly, it can't help you absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K. Even the best diets fall short when the digestive fire is dim. That's why liver support smoothies are more than just healthy drinks. They're delivery systems, unlocking the benefits of every other good choice you're already making. Ralph, a retired jazz musician, called it his morning tune-up. Every day, he'd blend his smoothie, sit on the porch, and sip slowly. After a month, his knees ached less. His thoughts flowed smoother. He played longer without fatigue. "It's like someone dusted off the inside of my head," he joked. Ralph didn't count calories or track macros. He honored his body with ritual, rhythm, and something real. That's the heart of graceful health. Not pushing harder, but supporting smarter. The most surprising change? Peace of mind. When the liver starts working right, people often report a quiet sense of emotional balance. Less irritability, fewer mood dips, a steadier way of being. That's because the liver doesn't just filter food, it filters hormones and stress chemicals. Supporting it daily helps you show up in the world with more calm. That's not small, that's everything. Especially in our later years, when peace becomes the priority. So here's the gentle challenge. Try it for 10 days. Just 1 cup in the morning. No pressure to be perfect. Keep a small journal. Note how you sleep, digest, think, and feel. Don't look for a miracle. Look for a soft shift. Maybe your shoulders relax sooner. Maybe you laugh more. Maybe food sits lighter in your belly. These are signs your body is responding, rebuilding. And when you see even the smallest changes, you'll know something inside is saying thank you. We hope this video gave you both insight and peace. If it helped you understand your liver and your body better, consider joining the Graceful Health Life community by subscribing. We're here for every small step. And if you've ever tried a daily health ritual like this smoothie, A, yes, and I loved it. Or B, not yet, but I'm curious to try. Your story could inspire someone else to begin. And if you're ready to continue this journey, watch our next video on how to shrink skin tags naturally with garlic and iodine. A gentle, proven method that aligns with everything we stand for.